Netanyahu appeared before a joint session of the United States Congress this past week at the invitation of House Speaker Boehner in an appeal for Israel punctuated by thunderous applause from congressmen and senators present, though some members chose to boycott. On the issue, one issue is the major breach of political protocol in that United States President Barack Obama was not the initiator, I'm told, nor on the itinerary for Netanyahu's visit. This blatant level, some say, of political disrespect is seen by many as a veiled message to this administration's leadership in tandem with a foreign leader's inherent external control of the administration's core body and their agenda, and where America's financial resources will continue to be directed, at what cost and for what reason. As we in the hood watch the brutal and unnecessary demise of an entire race of people from across the water, who according to Dr. Cornel West are being systematically exterminated by Zionism, we see stark parallels in our battles here at home. We be humble greens and okra and cornbread eating folk, not sophisticated enough or smart enough to recognize big-time international affairs. We ain't directly involved. That be the white man's business, some say. But black women say the white man's business is our business because we are the white man's business. If deployment comes, it is our children and economic resources that will be sent to the front lines of the battle in a foreign nation, their remains returning in cold steel coffins, lifeless, limbless, and damaged from the disbelief of the business of what war is. Heroes returning, unemployed, homeless, with no medical care, shot at on the nation's skid roads, throwaways. Anne Frank intrinsically understood the Hunger Games, the systematized process of exterminating millions of people in the name of national security via nuclear warheads, guns, drugs, big contracts, or wars of attrition over land, housing, food, fresh water, utilities, occupational productivity, and the right to a peaceful, decent life. What's going on in Palestine is going on in Cleveland and Ferguson and New York and Los Angeles and Trayvon, Florida, and we need to understand and recognize that. The entire world is at war. Most of us, like those in Palestine, are fighting for the right to live and breathe. We are fighting for the right to preserve our children's right to live in peace with one another on this planet, and I say it is possible. The Palestinian community is facing the same militarization, tanks, submachine guns, and body armor troops in civilian communities just like Ferguson. Palestinians are being driven out of their communities through strategic land dispossession, annexation, and reclamation to make way for settlements in the same way that we are here in Cleveland, Ohio, orchestrated by bank foreclosures, municipal annexation, and land bank consolidation for other folk who will come and live in costly new tax-abated, tax increment finance settlements. Palestinians are being shot down like dogs and imprisoned, just like black folk, the dregs of society, they say. 3 million people, mostly black, brown, and poor white, some homeless, mentally ill, locked up for trying to survive because powerful folk with control of the economic, political, and social resources say we must never allow them to live as free men and women. We must never have full, viable economic participation. Our children are being murdered just like the Palestinians. Our youth who should be in college studying are killing each other with drugs we don't bring in, guns we don't produce or deliver. We eat food we don't grow and are victims of a pathologically destructive lifestyle that has no cultural relationship to who we are. Beyond that, they are being destroyed by state-sanctioned extrajudicial killings like Palestinians by the militarized police state with impunity. Our work, the nation's work, lies ahead. Our hearts are with the Palestinian people and those in the Jewish community of good faith who support an end to the Palestinian carnage and destruction as the only correct way to preserve peace in that region. As we call for and demand humanity for our brothers and sisters abroad, we will begin to create a truly human environment and, by extension, lives and global communities for ourselves as well.